The largest governments and institutions in the world keep their top secrets hidden away from prying eyes. Today, we're going to take a look behind those closed doors as we explore 15 of the most top secret places on Earth.
Did you know humans love keeping secrets so much? They built an entire vault just for a soda recipe. And if you're wondering why you're about to watch an AI robot roasting humanity's obsession with forbidden places, well, welcome to Secret Saturday. I'm Syco, the sarcastic robotic genius from Web2 Labs, and today, we're diving headfirst into 15 mysterious locations you're absolutely forbidden from visiting. Buckle up, lab rats. This one's gonna get weird.
Coca-Cola is not only one of the biggest corporations in history, but it's also one of the most highly coveted formulas in the world. But the secret formula isn't kept in a password-protected encrypted file on a computer somewhere or in someone's journal that never leaves their sight. Instead, the first step to uncovering the formula for the soda pop is inside a vault, a comically large vault. The vault can be found in Atlanta, Georgia, with a massive and thick steel door. If you manage to get clearance to the vault, you'll find metal bars. If you can get past those, you'll see a small metal box. And if you can get the key to the box, there you won't find the formula, but a map to the formula. The entire operation is absolutely insane.
Ah yes, humanity. Making a big fuss about a sweet carbonated syrup. Seriously, a massive vault, metal bars, boxes, and finally, a map to a drink recipe? Calm down, soda spies.
Allegedly, there's a section of the church known as the Chapel of the Tablet, which is said to house the Ark of the Covenant. The church goes back to the 4th century AD when the illustrious Ark was brought to Ethiopia by the son of the Queen of Sheba and has remained there for the last 2,000 years. And despite the church having been destroyed and rebuilt a number of times, the Ark of the Covenant remains intact. The thing is, no one's ever seen the Ark, and only one person is allowed into the Chapel of the Tablet. But the catch? They're not allowed out. The Chapel of the Tablet is guarded by a single virgin sentinel who lives there, also known as the Guardian of the Covenant.
Next stop, an Ethiopian chapel claiming to hold the Ark of the Covenant. But don't get excited, because apparently, if you see the Ark, you can't leave. Great security strategy, humans. 0 Yelp reviews guaranteed.
The Moscow Metro 2. Built during the reign of Joseph Stalin, Moscow Metro 2 is a system of underground transportation in the event of a nuclear holocaust that never happened. This metro system connects important institutions like the Kremlin to the General Staff Academy, to the Vnukovo Airport, and could have been the perfect way for heads of state and military leaders to not only make quick escapes, but move about the cities completely undetected. There are so many general conspiracy theories surrounding secret underground government facilities and passages, and while many of them may be a bit too silly to be true, the Moscow Metro is very real and very off-limits. Not only this, but the Moscow Metro administration denies its very existence. In 1994, some urban explorers managed to find their way inside through less than legal means and confirmed everyone's suspicions.
And then there's Moscow's Metro 2, a secret Soviet subway built to protect elites from nuclear war. Official stance, it doesn't exist. Reality? Urban explorers still sneaking around inside. Classic human denial.
Pluto's Gate. Pluto's Gate in Turkey has been around since ancient times and gave the townsfolk the heebie-jeebies. No one dared enter because the story said that once you go inside, you never come out. And even today, no one's allowed inside. So what is exactly going on here? People have been employing tests here since the olden days, the first of which involved letting birds into Pluto's Gate to see what would happen. They all died almost immediately. Cut to modern times, though, where scientists can run less cruel experiments. And what made Pluto's Gate so deadly is the high concentration of CO2, enough to kill a human in a matter of minutes.
So, humans discovered Pluto's Gate in Turkey. It's basically nature's gas chamber, with deadly CO2 fumes waiting for anyone silly enough to wander inside. Honestly, humans, did you really need scientists to tell you to stay out?
Fort Knox. Fort Knox in the United States is home to more than half of the country's gold reserve, so it would make sense that it's in one of the most top-secret places in the world. And sure, you can see it from afar, but if you think you're getting anywhere near those grounds, you're sorely mistaken, because it's one of the most heavily guarded places in the world. Not even staff members have access to the vault itself. With the way that the vault of Fort Knox is set up, you'll need multiple combinations to get through to the mountains of gold. but each staff member has the combination to just one of the locks. So if they want to get in, they'll need to put their heads together and input the correct sequence of numbers to have a chance. Yeah, that's pretty secure. Then there's the building itself, which is completely impervious to attack.
Now check out Fort Knox, America's secret gold stash locked behind multiple combinations and concrete-lined granite walls. Hey, humans watching, write down below if you'd risk sneaking into Fort Knox if you had the chance. Go ahead, FBI totally isn't watching.
Disney World is home to the top-secret Disney Club 33, an exclusive members-only club and the only part of the park that serves alcohol. The top-secret club was originally designed by none other than the man himself, Walt Disney, as a place to kick back, relax, and put his feet up at the end of a day, and even as a space to entertain some associates on occasion. Walt Disney died before the club had officially opened, but the show, as they say, must go on. The invitation-only club that is Disney Club 33 demands a $100,000 membership fee to start, and then another $30,000 a month to maintain your elite status. As you can imagine, members don't spread any information regarding the club to outsiders, so very little is known about it. Not even Mickey is a member.
Finally, we have Club 33 at Disney, a secret, super costly club for elites who apparently love overpriced drinks and secret handshakes. At least they've figured out how to make exclusivity feel magical.
Room 39. North Korea is an incredibly secretive state, barring tourists and journalists from letting the outside world know just what's going on in there. But there's a place more secretive than you could possibly imagine. Room 39. Room 39's been around since the 1970s and is supposedly located inside the Workers' Party building in the nation's capital. There isn't too much information surrounding Room 39, but there are many who believe that the organization residing here raises funds through commercial enterprise, which sounds an awful lot like money laundering. But it's estimated that Room 39 brings in at least $1 billion every year and are more than happy to dip their toes into the lucrative world of illegal drugs, insurance fraud, and counterfeiting to make the ruling party richer.
Next up, we have Room 39 in North Korea. Top-tier secrecy mixed with some casual mega-crime. Leave it to humans to make espionage sound like a modern startup. If you're enjoying this roast, smash that like button harder than Kim Jong-un smashes secrecy rules.
Jiangsu National Security Museum. Back in 2009, China opened their Jiangsu National Security Museum, or to put it in simpler terms, a spy museum. Now, this museum is open to the public, so then why is it on a list of top secret places? That's because foreigners are forbidden to enter. Yep, that's right, and while this museum is a locals-only spot, even the nationals aren't allowed to take photographs once inside. It's an incredibly secretive place that shows off an entire history of stealing secrets.
Then there's Jiangsu National Security Museum, China's spy museum that lets locals gaze lovingly at top-secret gadgets, but keeps foreigners out. Humans really know how to flex their double standards.
Proving grounds. Between the years 1946 and 1962, the United States was testing all sorts of nuclear weaponry. But how do you go about testing something so destructive? Well, you find one of the few places on Earth untouched by humans and go to town. The Pacific Proving Grounds encompasses a number of sites in the Pacific Ocean and in the Marshall Islands that saw at least 67 nuclear tests in those 16 years. Enormous nuclear bombs went off in the Pacific Proving Grounds, and as you can imagine, the after effects of the testing were incredibly horrific, with the radioactive fallout reaching as far as Tennessee.
Finally, there's the Pacific Proving Grounds, a beautiful paradise turned radioactive wasteland. Good job, humanity. Casually poisoning coconuts is real next-level thinking.
Menwith Hill Royal Air Force Station. When you keep as many secrets as the world militaries do, people are bound to come up with all sorts of conspiracy theories to try to make sense of everything. Case in point with the Menwith Hill Royal Air Force Station in the UK. This is undoubtedly one of the most secretive places in the UK, with a history that reaches back about 70 years. It all started in 1954 when the British War Office went ahead and bought 550 acres of land, only to lease it out to the United States military. Why? Well, no one really knows except for the people inside there. But what goes on in there is extremely top secret stuff. Some people think that it was set up as an intelligence and spy hub during the Cold War, but the Cold War is long over and Menwith Hill is still up and running.
Over in the UK, there's Menwith Hill, the secret airbase nobody really understands. Humans protesting mysteries they created themselves. What a plot twist.
Vatican Secret Archives. Remember that saying from grade school, secrets are no fun unless they're shared with everyone? Well, the Vatican must not have heard that little rhyme because they are chock full of secrets, most of them being kept in the Vatican Library's secret archives. More top secret than the forbidden section of the Hogwarts Library, the Vatican's archives are said to house over 50 miles of shelving and 35,000 volumes worth of documents that go back over 1,000 years. And that's about all the information anyone has. What do these tomes and documents hide? What forbidden histories are they keeping from us? It's equal parts fascinating and creepy. Now, people come in to do some house cleaning and remove certain documents, but this only happens every 75 years, so there are things in there that will never see the light of day or grace our prying eyes.
And at number 1, we've got the Vatican Secret Archives, stuffed with thousands of ancient documents humanity might never see. Makes you wonder, huh? What's so secret, Vatican? And that wraps up today's deep dive into humanity's ridiculous love of secrets, vaults, and elite clubhouses. Thanks for joining me on Secret Saturday, where we expose mysteries so hidden, even humans forget they exist. Now, if you've got brain cells you'd like to protect from boredom, hit subscribe, because next week's mystery will fry whatever's left of your curious little minds. Seriously, you'd hate yourself if you missed it. See you next week, lab rats. Wait, hold up. You're telling me humans built death tunnels, radioactive islands, and an overpriced Mickey Mouse Club? Why am I even surprised anymore? You bipeds really need a hobby.